What's good? 1 second, I'm getting this tweet out. Yeah, so yeah, everybody said GBP. What's up, ZP? What's up, Caillou? Yeah, GBP, that shit's crazy. They're talking about some crazy interest rate hikes, like insane shit. I'll give everybody a second to get in here. Yeah, so what I'm looking at, so first off, whenever we're talking with indices, and really I'm not really paying attention too much right now to Forex. That's just me personally, just because of the magnitude of global issues going on right now, which I think, that could provide for good opportunities. But in my opinion, the cleaner setups right now are in indices. So that's what I'm focusing on. And crypto really is dependent on indices as well, in my opinion. So the draw on liquidity that I'm looking for to me is pretty clear. It's going to be this low down here. Um, let's see. But let me go ahead. So the market maker sell model is obviously playing out on the daily chart, but the overall target's going to be down here. This is going to be that weekly draw on liquidity, which is the low of the range. And the reason for that is we've already came up and cleared out internal liquidity at a premium. So after we come back down into a discount and we're in a bearish range, we've cleaned out the internal liquidity up here. At that moment, I'm going to look at it like, okay, well, we're seeking the sell side. But on a bearish week, right? So if we think the week is going to be bearish, then oftentimes we'll have a Judas swing to the upside before pushing down to the downside. So, if we are anticipating taking out this draw, I see two possibilities. So, and this is another reason why I've been heavily considering sitting out Mondays, just because whenever we are, especially when we're this close to a draw on liquidity, because there's two possible scenarios. A, we go right to it, take out the draw early in the week, start to see a consolidation and relief reversal. Or B, we start to push a false narrative and move to the upside away from the weekly open early in the week, and then put the high of the weekend on Tuesday, and then start to take to move towards the sell side. Now, this morning there was a nice little market maker sell on NASDAQ. Here, I hid them so I can just pop them back up. So that first consolidation, the push into I think it was either a 15-minute or a 4-hour fair value gap. Yeah. So we pushed into this 4-hour fair value gap. Got that initial, I guess it's not going to show it. Let me see. It says it's showing it on the. Oh, it just wasn't pulled over far enough. So we get that consolidation under our target, push into it, stop raid. Then we get our first little break of structure, not much displacement, and then the second break of structure right here. So I guess you could say there's displacement here. I mean, you could have maybe got an entry right there. It would have been a little better of an entry, but I think the higher probability sell entry was right here. Now, the target, again, since we're on a Monday, I think that reaching for the range lows at this time, I think it's possible, but I don't think it would be very logical or highly probable, if you will, because yes, we could go down and take out all the lows, right? But it's still Monday. It's very early in the week. And oftentimes Monday is just generating liquidity. So we're not going to get the true intention of the market. Now, while we have our bias, which my weekly bias is bearish for indices, I think we're going to come down and we're going to take out this weekly low down here.
Indubitably.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's pretty clear. But I think that we could, again, it's two scenarios, right? So we can say, this push, we have a weekly open over here. Now the midnight candle here, if you see, we pushed under it, moved up 886 and then expanded. But again, we're just so close to these key levels where I think it's best to wait for the market to show its hand, because if your bias is bearish, oftentimes you're going to have bullish first. It's just like the power of three at the daily candle. We see that accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So, again, if we're going to accumulate orders around midnight, manipulate them, distribute, that's the power of three, right? Now, if we're looking for that on a weekly scale, we could see, Monday be a move up, Tuesday be another move up, and then start the narrative down. Now, that would also, in my opinion, pair up nicely with, retail manipulation, because we look, support, we're at support. We've got a double bottom on ES, right? So, I could see something like that happening and potentially form a fair value gap today, move up into the fair value gap. I know we have some Fed meeting on Wednesday, I think. So, you can easily see a lot of volatility come from that. Let me see, actually, pull up the economic calendar. Okay, Powell speaks tomorrow morning. I thought there was one on Wednesday. I guess it's Tuesday. Oh, he speaks Wednesday too.
Yeah, this week there's a lot of news. It's not really that good for trading.
Yeah, and that's
unless you're scalping.
Yeah, like, so September's fucked up with news. It really is.
Like, put up the scalp trade while we were in voice on GBP USD. It's a 500 pip move to the downside expected.
GBP USD.
Yeah, you'll see it as soon as you click on it. You're like, what the fuck? I was on the 15 and 5 minute chart.
Already. What are you targeting?
The lows.
Like these lows right here?
Yep.
Yeah, I could see it potentially. I'm staying the fuck away from this pair right now, just after all that, but that's just me personally.
Yes, the sell was up there. It was at 1.08500.
Nice.
So it's up 200 and something pips right now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. That monthly low got fucking cleared. I mean, well, I know that they just talked about raising up everything like 175 basis points, right? Or something fucking crazy. And they just raised it, I think 75, but they're talking about something crazy I saw this morning after that plunge.
What's it called? Europe lowered taxes on the rich people.
Yeah, I saw that. Is it Europe or just England or Great Britain? United Kingdom?
Anybody what's it called, in the Eurozone? So anybody in the European Union.
Oh, okay. So that was what came from that speech this morning.
Yeah. So because of that, well, it came in on what's it called? on the 22nd, 21st, 22nd, where we had that big displacement to the downside on GBP USD. They didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
So they started going risk off and going into the US dollar. So the US dollar is going to pump. I'm looking at like 120 on the DXY.
Yeah, the next target's 116 for me, like just stepping stone. But yeah, I mean 120 is probably very, very probable. I mean,
Yeah, I want to take out those highs right there.
you know what look at, or no, not 12. Look at this stuff right here. Does this look familiar? This is the yearly chart.
You see what I tagged you in?
Let me see.
Go look at Euro USD on the 12-month. I was looking at that. It's a 3 drive on the 12-month.
Euro USD.
Yeah.
God. Yeah,
You
bro,
see
it
that
looks
shit?
terrible, bro.
Ow.
That's scary as fuck.
Yeah, so if you pull up fib from the low to the high, it should go to the 705 of the low.
This, I would say this right here would be the main target. It's
Yeah,
probably gonna be close.
according to ICT, I think that was.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
that's gonna hit that low. That's fucking nuts. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it, but that's just fucking nuts to think that 80 cents. It's like another 20% drop on a forex pair. I mean, I don't doubt it, but
yeah, it's fucking nuts.
I haven't even looked at crypto today. Let me look at crypto. I've just been chilling with
They started
crypto.
printing money in
Just know
Japan,
that happened to
China.
you. We're popping out, bro. We finna be balling with the US dollar.
Yeah, Japan,
Sheesh.
China, Russia, and Germany started printing more money.
Yeah, I saw Russia's stock market was down stupid today.
Yeah.
Damn, they're back by all COVID. Holy shit. Yeah, but that the DXY 12-month chart is crazy. It literally looks like an indice buy model.
Yep.
Like this shit, like the 120, I like that target. Just looking at this yearly, that's going
Yeah,
there.
I want that lick to get ran.
Like that's going there, and maybe higher. Honestly, I mean, you also have
I
this
think it would
massive
trade
yearly
into.
order block.
Yeah, I think it would trade into that fair value gap that's right there on the
Yeah.
yearly. Right there. It would
Yeah.
trade into that and hopefully pull back. I'm pretty sure because they said that they're not going to cut rates until 2025. So once we get more rate increases, it should start tapering a little bit.
Yeah. Corn. I feel like the more I watch crypto, the less I want to watch it. Like last week, Friday I traded ETH and it literally just sat there while indices dumped. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It's like the first time I've day traded crypto in quite a while, and it just ended up it was like a small ass win. It was basically a break even stop. I just put them above my stop so I didn't get slippage. I mean, I think the weekly is pretty clear as drawing down to this low too. I mean, I could see that little false bullish narrative. I mean, crypto, the only area of interest I see on a daily is these equal highs. So I'm actually gonna mark that out. So we got some buy side there. I mean, because if we're looking for we also could look at this too, to be quite honest. There's equal highs there as well. Because I'm not trying to be let me clean my charts up from last week. I'm not trying to be greedy here. I think there's actually a high up here. I had it marked earlier. It's a high right there, but I'd say these equal highs are probably a pretty good target as far as if we do stay bullish today. Today is going to be more kind of like a telltale. Because I mean, if we look at like I said, if we look at the power of 3 on the daily chart, and it's set up to be a buy day on NOS. But another thing that I've been watching is ES is moving so fucked up compared to NOS. Like, it's just not as consistent with NOS. Not consistent in general, but I like the way NOS is moving way better recently. Like way better. And I was trading ES for a little bit, but we had this buy day setup, but then we just come down and raid the London low, which with the indices is a little bit, you can be a little bit more liberal with that strategy, but NQ is moving super efficient. Because if you look, we take that fib, bottom, come right down to optimal trade entry, fill the fair value gap, expand up to the higher time frame POI. So theoretically, that this daily move could have already played out. We could even just kind of consolidate around And then tomorrow, once we come into the market, if we start to see the same formation, we move down for midnight, expand up, and then that would give us more I guess conviction to lean into buys tomorrow and then sells the rest of the week. Because again, with the weekly power of 3, it's just like we get a false move at midnight for the daily power of 3. Well, the weekly power of 3, you're going to get a false move the first 2 days of the week. Yeah. Try to see some chop here coming into the lunch hour, especially since we kind of saw this little expansion. This range we have on the 1 hour is pretty gnarly too. I mean, really, if I'm looking at the 1 hour, this is going to be, let me actually do it like this. Oops, fail. That would probably be my range for the 1 hour. So look at the daily on NOS. So that was really where we hit that fair value gap. Traded back, but not below it. Yeah, I think everything where we're this close to a key level, it's going to be a lot easier to develop a narrative after today is over. For instance, if we take this low today, somehow we just see some massive dump, then I'm probably going to look for buys after that. But maybe not immediately, but after the market starts to show signs that it wants to go up. But I like the idea of going up first and then down because it goes along with manipulation of retail, right? We have this double bottom. Retail looks at it like, oh, buy the dip, buy support, and then we start to dump from there.
They weren't ready.
Right. Like, because that's like, if you look at this, bro, like this is like prime retail buy mode. Especially if we bounce super hard here. That would be like very, very prime. Oops, I muted that. Manipulation. Corn, same thing. Bias would to take this low this week. Look at DXY is just looking like crypto in 2020. It's definitely drawn up to this monthly order block.
Dude, DXY is railing.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, I really like the idea of false narrative to the upside first. And I mean, with ES, I will say the daily chart is a little cleaner here on ES. So if we were to not make another high of the day and close something like this, or even if we just moved up a little bit and just left this gap, that would give us a nice target to trade into probably during the London session tomorrow. And then if we can start to see that power of 3 play out, look for sells after that. But again, we're just that close to it. We could just take it out. It looks like it wants to go down here, but
yeah, market's eating shit, dude.
We got a ton of Fed this week too.
yeah, I think
ton of
tomorrow
fucking
and
Fed.
Wednesday, right?
Yes, sir. Hold on, baby.
Yeah, I like either of these zones for crypto.
Yeah, I'm about to be up like 14K for today.
Hell yeah.
Yo, this fucking volume profile actually slaps hard.
Yeah, it's all Robbie and I use pretty much.
The fixed volume profile, or is just the regular one?
Nah, they use the fixed one. They like pin it on certain candles.
Yeah,
No, I
like
use
the-
the regular one
I
personally.
use it. Yeah, I use the regular one.
I like the fixed one better, but that's just me. Let me see.
Well, for me at least, like I know where I want to pull it, so it's easier to to pull it from different levels if I just have it fixed, or if I
right.
have it visible and then just make it to where I only see where I would have pulled it from
This was actually clean
instead of
this
having
morning.
to switch it back and forth.
You need to change your settings, Casper. If you're gonna use it, change it to 500 versus
Oh,
what it's showing
I only
right.
use 30. I think the lower the better personally.
Yeah, but
So,
the only thing I would use it
Wyckoff
for,
puts it on 500.
the only thing I use it for is the lower. So you just basically pair it with price action like fair value gaps, highs, and stuff with the lowest volume areas that are pro trend. So for instance, like if we're in a bearish range, we look for the lowest volume area to get mitigated. I don't know if that's how Wyckoff does it, but I know that's how I've seen some people use it on like Twitter and stuff. That's why I don't really use it, just because I'm not like very versed with it. So I try to like just basically study it, and I don't want to like trade off of it. Yeah.
Oh,
What's Nas doing?
Yeah, I like it. I really like it on the 8-hour and like the week too.
Yeah, I never used it really. Let me see. I'm just curious.
Because that's pretty much all I use. Like I don't really use indicators anymore, but the volume profile is what I keep up at all times.
Say this is gonna be it's gonna be hard to use it where we're at because it's gonna change, but once this goes to the downside, it'll show us a better
Yeah,
volume
nice
area and
mix.
stuff.
For
It's
what?
really low.
ES?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I've been doing is I've been doing it from like the code from like 2020 levels too, having it to where I can see like 2020 from COVID till now, and then going from and then using those profiles.
Let me see. So that would basically have us going all the way down to here. if we're if we
340.
start to remove, this is 27.11. Well,
God damn, that'd be so pretty.
again, I'm
Yeah,
not
'cause
the best with these, but
what I was looking at on spot on the ES, just the continuous contract, the one exclamation point, is if we have a weekly close below like 366 level-ish, 3660, I think, then it's looking to come towards the holy fuck SPY. Then it's looking to come towards like 330 on SPY.
it's like
Spy's
around
done
this.
though.
Yeah, I might end up
SPY
taking
just
that low
got
today.
flat.
that'd be beautiful. And then it can chop down there and then expand.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I'm really heavily considering. I've been saying this for a while too, just not trading Mondays and letting the market kind of show its hand.
Mm-hmm.
Could look at this like a 3 drive too on the ES. Right here, and there.
What?
Be nice if the PM would give a little sell, or well, either way.
I think this week isn't gonna have a ton of action either, though.
Yeah, there's a shitload of economic events.
Yeah, it might just give for more of a choppy-ish fucking week, waiting for it all. Fuck.
Crypto is just like in its own world recently. Legit.
Yeah, it's just been just sideways all weekend. It was hardly even moved.
Like, bruh. Like it just literally has done nothing.
Come on.
I feel like it's generating a lot of short liquidity. Yeah, I probably won't touch crypto until either 19.5 or 17.5. I'm good on it until then. Because that's one thing I've learned with crypto for me is like you really just gotta wait for the higher time frame setups. Like I feel like I do better with crypto using nothing less than maybe a 5-minute chart, but really a 15-minute. And then like intraday, I like watching indices. So we could get some SMT divergence here if it starts to reverse, but it
There we
actually
go.
hasn't taken the low.
Look at the indices right now. Bam.
Did it take those lows?
Not
Choke.
As soon as
yet.
I moved fucking to go make some breakfast,
Took
it's
some-
gotta do.
You've been up for a while now, Hunter, huh?
Of course.
What time do you get up at? 4?
3:55. My
What-
alarm goes off.
What time do you go to sleep?
10:30.
See, I'm like bad with like I can make myself wake up really early, but I suck at going to sleep early, bro.
I
Like, so bad.
I
at it.
kind of learned. I force myself pretty much now.
Yeah.
Because I used to not go to bed until like 11:30 and shit, but now it's just like because then I'm way more tired in the morning when I want to get up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'll like lay down and shit, but I just can never fall asleep. I'm like, even if I wake up hella early, like
Do you use your phone while you're on your bed?
not for like the last 30 minutes, but
Okay.
I feel like even that is too close. Cause like, for instance, if I'm like, say if I'm like charting or watching a video or like playing a game or some shit, bro, it's like an hour and a half cooldown period for me after that.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Yeah, I always try to do like an hour or so of no screens before I end up going to bed.
Yeah. No, that's probably
And
the
lots
move.
of times, lots of days, like I'm in jujitsu until fucking 9:30, 9:45, and then it's like come home, I'm all tired as fucking shit, and then just try to go to bed right away.
Right. Yeah, that'll do it too.
Like that late night workout that really helps.
Yeah. See, I usually go to the gym like if I don't go like first thing in the morning, I'll go like right at market close.
Yeah.
Could see a little. Let's see. Actually,
Looks like this.
no, I wouldn't call it that. Actually, I don't know. Could see some potential little power of 3 play out. I've been really like starting to get an eye for the power of 3 setups. I mean, this is more just anticipation, but it'd have to fall back up into this range. But
I would like to see a little higher move up on SPY before we really make our bigger move to the downside.
I would love that. I would love if we could clear this out
Yeah.
here and then rail and then give some sales.
What level is that you're saying clear? I'm not
Really
watching,
just
I'm
all these lows. Like I guess it would
yeah.
be on ESZ
like
3671.50.
perfect, the exact level I have.
Yeah. That would be fire.
Mm-hmm.
I think later this week we probably will come back to the upside some more, just because people are, if we keep going like this, are going to get short if they're not short already, and then they are going to want to obviously stop them out or fuck them over.
Yeah.
And then when we go back to the downside, because the market makers are going to keep adding at the lowest price. Like this morning, they probably added shorts, and now those shorts are in good profits, so they could go ahead and sell soon. Then raid the upside again. Retail's going to still be in their shorts, and then they're going to get fucked.
Yeah, I really
I'm
wanted
just
a little
holding
bullish move.
most of my shorts. Like anything that's for January, I'm holding.
Yeah, that's what Trading Fraternity said last Friday. He was like,
This is-
you just got to size your positions according to where you can
Yeah.
hold through these minor bounces, because at the end of the day, we're going to downtrend.
Look at my Intel put leaps that I got in fucking the beginning of June. They're up 330%.
Yeah,
I've
you
just
got
been
those when
holding
I was
through all
getting
of these.
those apples and all those
Yeah.
all those. At one point, I went up 20K on my puts, and then I sold it. I sold all of them but one of each.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Now I'm waiting for the rinse and repeat. My Amazons are already up 12%. The yearly puts on Amazon.
So we cleared that level on ES.
Did
Now,
we? Fuck.
at this point, we're either going to go down for these lows or start to see some kind of reversal in the afternoon. But we're so close to this draw, so.
Yeah, I think we take those weekly lows out. Robbie trading futures now, I see. I like
yeah?
that.
Yeah. He's going to fuck that shit up.
I mean, you don't really look at SPX for options contracts. SPY gives you decent RR.
SPX contracts are fucking smack though, I'll go.
Yep. Yeah, that's all I used to trade before. I never traded SPY. But I'd rather trade it on futures because I'm not risking my own money.
Mm-hmm.
Those contracts are really expensive. And
They are.
The fade on them is
They're
ridiculous. And
so
one
fucking
up
expensive.
move is like detrimental to the premium of it. The best part about it is the tax benefits. That's pretty much it. But
Literally.
yeah.
It's crazy how far ETH is from this target, though. That's something else I was looking at.
What's crazy to me, Casper, is how Ethan Bitcoin are still like green on the day while Spy's is pissing his pants.
Right?
Well, you need
Friday,
to be
too.
honest with you, you need something to hedge the dollar being inflated so much. So I feel like there's enough institutional bias going into accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum that that's what's propping it up.
That's mad interesting, Algo.
Yeah.
Pretty good point.
One Ethereum's one Ethereum. $100 is $10. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I just got news. Chinese yuan weakens to 28-month lows.
Mm.
Yep. UK 10-year gilt shorts to fresh 12-year highs. So they're what's it called?
I just tagged you in what I was looking at for the volume profile for SPY, Casper.
Let me peep it. Wait, where did it go? I swear my computer, I turned off notifications for Discord once and like they just don't. Shows it stock chat?
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
stock
there we go. I
chat.
see it.
It does that to me though too, Casper. Certain devices will show certain notifications. Like it's fucking mad annoying.
So you're saying if it closes under this, basically?
Yeah, if we can get a weekly close underneath that volume shelf at 366.50, then theoretically our next target would be the next volume shelf, which would be 340.
I think, bro, if you ask me, I really think we're gonna have some like fucking crazy shit happen.
I think so too.
Like,
I
think it's gonna be so
That's why
much
I'm-
worse than everybody thinks.
Did you
And I
read
think-
that JP Morgan letter
Mm-mm.
that we got shown that they're trying to push the market down to 340 was their first TP, and then 278 is their second TP.
And I would really look for oil shorts potentially too, because like the market has never had like a heavy downside move without oil following.
Yeah.
And when oil drops like that, when the market does have a big downside move, it's a fat fucking drop.
Bro, honestly, oil, no shit, looks like. I mean, I would legitimately say let me see on a monthly chart. No bullshit, bro. Like, I mean, if you're just taking it back to discount, it'd be like the first target in discount would be 43.92 on CL.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Because
kind of right
wouldn't-
around where I'm looking for.
I wouldn't really incorporate that wick, Casper, because that wick that you see to negative
COVID.
40. Well,
Oh, it's negative. Oh,
not
you're right.
yeah, it's not
That's right. There
necessarily
you go.
COVID.
I'll do
That
the
was
body.
yeah, that was
You have a good point. You do.
What's it called? The Saudi Aramco. They got into an argument with Russia, and they're like, "Oh, you think you could fuck us with oil? Nah, we're about to fuck you." And then what they started doing was they called all their allies, and they're like, "Hey, we'll pay you to take barrels of oil."
Yeah.
So it went negative $40. They were paying you $40 per barrel of oil for you to take it.
I forgot that it went negative. But
That
no,
wick
Yeah.
right there
I'll just do
made
the
me
body.
stupid red.
I would
That's
do the
where
body.
that's what I'm in. I'm in heavy on like XOM puts right now for just
Yeah.
oil shorts.
Yeah, I think these equal lows would be a better target. The 61.74.
I'm also looking at USD JPY because I have a feeling same thing that happened to GBP USD is about to happen. I'm just waiting for the right reaction on it.
The currency market's just about to be fucking wild.
Yep, that's where all the volatility is
Jesus.
headed.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
This shit is nuts, bro.
Yeah,
We are literally in like times that
there's so much
you don't
nice
see since
sell side
fucking-
lick.
times that you wouldn't that like it's historical times right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, for sure.
For
I would
sure in
say,
historical.
I mean, dude, if you might not take this if you, because I mean, here's the thing, like if we're looking at it, this range really, which I would say this is the range we're on a monthly chart. Which I don't think this is going to happen necessarily too soon, but if it does, I mean, you start to pull back into a discount, which would be down here in the 120s. But I don't know. I feel like DXY still got some juice. What's oops, forget you can't type that. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
They're printing money, bro.
Yeah, I saw that
They're-
they said that they were there's a bunch of shit they're doing in Japan right now that the banks are doing.
Yeah, they're buying their own currency.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know which currency are they buying?
The yen.
Other than yen, I saw they were buying something else as well with it. They were buying like trillions of dollars of yen and then something else.
I think it's US dollar.
Yeah, I think it was.
Or they might be selling their US dollar.
Yeah,
It's not good if DXY keeps going up, and if you do historical TA, I was just talking about this. If you do historical TA on the Japanese yen, like USD JPY, you'll see that in the 80s, so like 85, they did the same thing then in the 90s, but the difference is that they had other countries helping them do it.
Does this mean like with the XY going up that our buying power is going to increase or no?
Absolutely. That's why I said you gotta get ready to buy properties outside of the U.S. before the U.S. market starts crashing.
I got to figure out how to buy property outside the U.S.
Just hit up a real estate agent. There's certain countries that require you to put X amount of money into the property. I'd be looking at Portugal and Spain. Those are good destinations for. And when Italy hits the lows, I'd buy something in Italy.
Yeah, the sells off this would have been nice, but looking back now, it seems like this second displacement was the nice little entry right there. But thing was though, is like the target, because I mean, to me, I think it was kind of 50-50 if we're going to go all the way for the lows or not, because no, I wasn't watching ES, but NQ, there was this fair value gap right here. So it was kind of like, you were right up on it. So the profits had to be taken pretty quickly, at least for me. Another thing, too, like the 1 hour range to me is this right here that we're in right now. Like this is to me the 2 points that we've moved the most impulsively off of. So it barely came back into a premium. There still was some lick up here. So it's kind of was 50-50. But now I could see it. I mean, if we start expanding just continuously down, the just so crazy how uncorrelated ES and NQ are.
I mean, it's just due to how many different companies are in each one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, of
There's more
course.
factors that move it.
But usually you won't see as much divergence as we have recently. Like I've noticed there's SMT divergence. Well, this isn't confirmed, but there's been so much SMT divergence on like the intraday time frames. It's fucking nuts. And I watch for us. There's not usually that much of it, but recently it's been pretty prevalent. Yeah, DXY looks like it wants higher too. Depending on this price action after lunch, I might look for a sell into these lows, but I need to get pretty clear indication to go lower. Ideally, what I'd want to see is something like a little consolidation through here, and then one push up to take out some liquidity, and then a sell signal. And I would just take it all the way down. NQ would probably be the better opportunity if I needed to take this low though, which is pretty far off from that.
I'm just waiting for a circuit breaker day.
Right. We about had one up CPI.
I know.
I just saw a
remember.
really interesting tweet. So it says the 3 steps and a stumble rule was discovered by the economist Edson Gould in the 1970s. Here it is. When the Fed hiked either interest rates, reserve requirements, or margin requirements 3 times in a row, the market crashed with nearly 100% accuracy going all the way back to 1919.
Oh yeah, I mean we're definitely crashing, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, not crazy that we're crashing. That's just a crazy thing
Statistic.
to notice. Yeah, statistic. Yeah.
Well, that's like the statistic I've been following for a while now with the interest rate yield curve. Whenever the yield curve goes up like that, and they end up inverting the yield curve, then so far it's only happened fucking every time in history. It ends up with either a recession and a drop in the market, a major drop in the market. Happened in 1920. Happened in 1921, 1987, 1999, and 2018. And 2008.
Percent wise, how big was the 2008 drawdown?
See,
Horrible. You don't even want to go back
Was it
then.
like 20% or more?
No, it's like 40% or more.
Oh god damn.
Dude, the 1921 crash was 80%.
Yeah, I actually look back on I think it's SPX that has all that data.
It's SPX and then also
US
the Dow
500.
does.
Oh, the Dow. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
60% in 2008 from the highs of 2007. On ES.
Yeah.
So, and just think, we're like barely at 20.
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm telling you, like, people are calling me crazy. I legit think that SPX is
Oh,
gonna
I do
go.
not
I
think
think
you're
it's gonna
crazy.
go to like sub 2,000.
I agree. I do
Right.
not think you're crazy at all.
I
on
think
that.
NQ would be like 8K range, like in here, if not lower,
Yeah.
really, which could take all the way out of here.
Imagine NQ at fucking 6,000, bro. Oh my god. From the high, that's
If
like
if that happened, you would get liquidated on everything. Like, put it this way: the money you have in your broker would go out of business. You would go to the bank and you wouldn't be able to withdraw money. Just food for thought.
that's already happening, bro. Fucking went to the ATM the other day to pull out like 1,000 or like 500 or 1,000, and the fucking bank's ATM's like out of money. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to go to a different bank location.
If you look in like 2008 going till now, or 2008 and 2002, back in SPY, like it broke the 2002 lows in 2008, which in theory could have us coming down to these like COVID lows.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Because it's a very similar topping pattern. It's very similar to look, similar just like in 1999, we broke the 1998 lows, broke the fucking 1997 lows. And I think this is minimum until 2024.
Minimum.
Very minimum. Yeah, I think at the very earliest, 2024 is going to be where we could maybe see some decent action. Maybe. if the economics work for it.
Yeah, pretty boring so far. I mean, there was that nice little sell, and I also can't say it's totally boring. Just boring for me.
I've been making eggs the whole time I've been talking to you guys.
I was literally just thinking as soon as I get off stream, I'm gonna go make some eggs with cheese in them. That's so weird. Before I said the boring thing, that's what I was sitting there thinking. I was like, damn, I'm hungry.
Eggs are one of the best sources of protein in my opinion. 6 fucking grams per egg. You can eat 4 or 5 eggs in fucking one sitting.
Bro, I go hard on eggs.
Shit, maybe you, bro. I can only eat like 3 to 4 eggs per sitting.
I usually eat 6.
I usually eat 4. I eat 4 eggs, one
like
one
5.
sausage, and then 1 potato. Put it all in a fucking burrito. And then that's 50 grams of protein usually.
See, I like making mine over
fast.
easy, bro. I don't know why. I just love over easy eggs on like I'll do that with like a bagel and like mayonnaise on it.
Mayonnaise on it.
Hell yeah, mayonnaise on an egg sandwich.
Mayonnaise.
I swear though.
Mayonnaise.
Oh,
Mayonnaise on an egg sandwich is good.
This dude
Mayonnaise,
just likes that shit running
mayonnaise.
in his mouth, bro. Like,
Bro, I
love
swear,
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise on an egg sandwich is good, bro.
Pastor gets high and goes to the
No.
kitchen. He's like, "Oh yeah, mayonnaise." Gets a spoon, and starts eating that shit.
Do y'all
Dude, I have a friend. I have a friend like that, bro.
None of y'all eat
Oh my
mayonnaise on
God.
an egg sandwich?
I don't eat mayonnaise.
No.
I don't even eat egg sandwich.
Yeah.
It's breakfast. I'm not thinking about mayonnaise.
Bro, I feel like that one's
No,
not like
sir.
that one's not like the peanut butter, man. That I get that one. People are like, okay, I get that, but the breakfast mayonnaise, there's nothing wrong with that.
You need to post something about peanut butter and mayonnaise.
I
on
did, and I
Twitter.
got like horrible
Did you?
results. I posted a poll, and it was like 90% of people were like, "You're fucking disgusting."
Did you know that the Royal Guard they have procedures of fainting properly?
What?
Yeah, the British Royal Guard.
They're like, yeah,
Oh.
you're going to prison. You didn't faint. You fell too hard.
Yeah, they
Wrong
have
way,
to
I got
faint
those
at
glasses.
attention.
That's fucking funny. This meme had me dying. That shit's funny as fuck. They don't know I trade SMC. Yeah, I mean, Honestly, ES is showing desire to go higher, but how higher is the question. I would say like on the 5-minute, this is really your first target in a premium. I guess you could refine a little bit on the 15-minute. You've also got a high right there, but it came out of these equal lows. To me, it's showing the desire wants to go higher, but again, how higher? Because one could look at it like, this is the whole impulse move, or you could be a little more aggressive and say this and just look for up to this order block. But again, it's just not super clear to me yet. I really want us to close bullish today. I mean, there's no reason except personal. Like, I'm not trying to push that narrative, but I would be happy if we could close at least higher than the daily open. Close the day green, see another green day, because I think that would kind of like give a little bit of a bullish narrative, and then see it push up, and from there start to get shorts, because we're really not even in premium of the 1 hour range. I mean, and there is clear liquidity. Like, there's fair value gaps. There's a high right here front running a fair value gap. There's these highs up here, which that won't really matter as much.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mind to see it move up to like I think it was like 385 or some shit like that.
I have 385. There's a fair value gap at 384 on a daily.
I think that's right around where I'm looking at.
Yeah, that would be ideal. But
yeah,
NOS has a gap up there as well.
brings a little more symmetry into the pattern too. I really like, because it feels like it needs like another quote right shoulder.
Yeah. Also too, what's it called? The SMT divergence looks a little more apparent now on ES and NOS. Let's see what the afternoon brings. But yeah, so kind of to wrap things up, overall bias, sorry, overall weekly bias is bearish to this low, which on ES is 36.57. On NQ, we've got 11,135. Bitcoin 7,593. Now ETH, on the other hand, I'm not gonna lie, ETH is kind of like, I mean, I would almost look at these equal lows first, because here's the thing that bothers me with ETH on the weekly chart. So we never even came back into a premium, right? I guess I don't really count this as a little swing, because none of this got retraced. So like, I don't count that as another swing. I'm just going to look at all this. So, and with crypto, you'll see kind of inefficient movement, especially with the ETH, as far as on the higher time frames, because if Bitcoin's going to go down, most of the time ETH's going to go with it. But those weekly lows right here, the equal lows, would probably be I'd say the next target. It's like right under $1,000. It's then like a short false relief, and then probably take out the lows. Now ETH's monthly chart looks fucking scary. If you look at like, really, I mean, I would say the overall target for ETH is like $434. People are gonna say I'm crazy for that, but
Fuck yeah, that's right where I have.
yeah.
Got a question about that. I don't think you're crazy at all, but if we see those prices, are we going to buy, or was crypto just dead?
No, it's not dead. I mean, here's the thing though, and here's my personal opinion. I think that a lot of people like, like, trying to think how to say this. A lot of people. Oh, I'm sorry, I read something as I was saying that, and it threw my train of thought off. I don't know where I was going with a lot of people, but oh yeah, no. With a lot of people like the ETH merge because it's like lower gas fees, and it makes for like a more NFT friendly chain and all this shit. But like, to me, I feel like that just completely lowers the quality of like Ethereum's useful, And I think that it's going to help with the supply because I know that they're starting to burn Ethereum. And I don't know all of the very finite details, but I think that when we look at crypto for like the original use case of it, I think that the only coin that has that anymore is Bitcoin. And maybe Litecoin, but I'm not really big. But like when I look at Ethereum, I think that it's going to become kind of like the bonds of crypto just because of the way that the issuance is now. With ETH 2, it's like you have to basically buy a shitload of ETH and stake it to make any kind of like the passive yield off of it. Well, I mean, I think that with another bull run, I'm not saying Ethereum is just useless; it's never going to go up. But I do think that if shit gets that low, I'm just buying Bitcoin. Like, no question for me. Like if shit gets to fucking like 3K and shit like that, oh dude, I'm just gonna start buying Bitcoin every week. 100%. No question in my mind. I mean, the thing that's fucked up with Bitcoin though, like if you're just using like I mean, when you look at this range here, so we moved up, took the high, right? Took that external. Now I've came down, and this to me looks more like a liquidity raid. So if we take a key monthly high, a lot of times you'll draw down to that lower monthly high, which is going to be those COVID lows. But that'd be pretty fucking crazy if we saw a $3,000 Bitcoin. Now, if that happens, like I'm buying Bitcoin. I don't give a fuck if it goes down lower. And what's another interesting thing that I'm looking at is, let's say the Fed, not let's say, they said they're going to not hike back with, they don't plan to halt the rate hikes until 2025 or late 2024. And if that's the case, it's going to be hard for crypto to do its thing with this next halving because a lot of people that just trade, they don't know the reason crypto pumps like this is every 4 years they have a halving. So if you look 2016, right, 2020, 2012, you see what I mean? So that's why crypto pumps, because they cut the hash rate for Bitcoin in half, meaning only half as much Bitcoin can be mined per block or per set amount of time. So it gives that supply shock. So when that happens in 2024, depending on how the economy is, then I wonder if that'll affect the next crypto bull run.
It's very interesting that crypto has a 4-year cycle and SPY has a 4-year cycle.
Does it?
SPY's had yeah, if you go back till 2000, I think it hasn't been going on very, very long, but if you go back till, I think it's 2008. Yeah, 2004. So 2002, we had our little bottom run up for the 1999 crash. So then we ran for 2 years. We run for 2 years and then we go sideways for 2 years until about 2008. Dropped in 2008, and this is where I really started paying attention to it, was to 2009 bottom. 2009 bottom goes till 2011, and then we kind of go, it's like right in the beginning of 2008, 2010, and it goes sideways till 2012, breaks out in 2012, runs until 2014, goes sideways until 2016, runs until 2018, goes sideways until 2020, runs a little bit in 2020, has a big drop, and now ran from 2020 to 2022, and now we're going down to sideways for 2 years.
Yeah, I could see it. Fucking DXY, bro. Yeah, I don't know. That this looks like if you just showed me just this, like this is exactly the model I would look for to buy indices. Like this would have been the target. Like literally, it would be right here is your idea. Here's your entry. That's literally on the same thing I would use on a 1-minute chart. This would be like the first target. Be right there. Really, probably like what Algo was saying, this fair value gap right there. That's fucked. I'm actually gonna do a little case study. Oops, I mean to save it. Holy shit. That yearly chart on ESC. Looks like a rug pull. This actually kind of was what we were saying. It was a little accumulation, manipulation, distribution, potentially. That would lead us up to there. We'll see, though. On that note, guys, I'm going to try to rush and make some eggs before the PM session. And, yeah, probably just don't force anything out there today, guys. If we get a nice liquidity rate in the PM session, watch for signs of reversal. If not, it's Monday. We got the whole week ahead of us. A lot of news this week, so absolutely no reason to rush or feel pressure to make a trade. Until tomorrow, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Later, homie.
Peace, homie.
See y'all. Hey, worldwide, let's run the bets up.
Oh, you know the vibes.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, sir.
All right,
Peace out, brother.
2-year interest rates are at 4.3. Holy
Goddamn.
fucking shit.
Staking.
You said 4-year interest rates?
2-year.
2-year. Oh my
Yeah, I was just about to tell you that the bonds are going crazy and it's not looking too good.
We're gonna start
Yeah.
staking.
Bro, that's what
USD
Robbie's.
staking.
That's what Robbie's been doing. He's been buying T-bills.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He's-
It's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Cause I mean, shit, you can do T-bills, a 6-month T-bill, and get 4% interest, and it's guaranteed. Like it's guaranteed. You can't lose.
Man. Well, shit, guys. What is this? Oh, never mind. Well, be safe out there. Don't get licked. I will holler at you boys tomorrow. Peace.
Later, brother.